Did you finish one off already?
Yeah, anxiety. That's not the addiction.
Oh my God, that was like 5 minutes,
No,
dude.
it wasn't. It was like 30.
No, it wasn't.
I cracked it before. It was 4:30 when I walked in here.
No.
I looked at the watch and I was
you
like,
got,
oh shit.
No way.
Max.
It's possible. Wait,
Max,
it's possible. It's
yeah,
possible.
Yeah,
It's
and then
possible.
he was.
Because it's 5:30 now. You did crack it around 5.
No, I didn't. I cracked it at 4:45. The time changed a little bit.
I don't think so.
I'm not certain how much.
I don't think so. I think you cracked it about 10 minutes.
That's the biggest problem is the speed with which I can consume booze.
Yeah, especially if you're a little bit stressed out. You just start like
Any
you
stressor-
nervously. It's like hitting the vape, dude. You start nervously hitting the vape.
Yeah, I'm a fucking master at speedy booze.
Yeah.
You're also a master at complimenting women's tits and getting go home with them.
Dude.
Shawnee!
Yes.
Calm the fuck down, buddy.
True.
Oh, we rolling on it?
Dude. True.
What
I
the
think
fuck?
I
What'd I do
mentioned
to
something
you?
about because the last
I'm impressed.
no, it was crazy. The last
I
time
preached the word of Tommy Pope.
Dude,
Pope Tommy Pope. Pope PTP, baby.
yeah, that was the last time we chilled.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you walked up to a very lovely young woman.
She walked up to him.
And after she walked up, and I think you just went, I just got to say it. Love you tits. And I think she was like, oh, stop it. You know, and like she did that like, stop. And
yes.
then went on full display. And
Yes.
from what I gather, you're dating now.
No.
You son of a bitch.
No, it was a nice evening. I was
Yeah.
I had enough. I was tired.
Yeah.
I think my fucking head was down at one point.
You were literally sleeping on the bar, and she came up to you, and she was like, "Get up," and then like
I think
walked
she came over and was
outside.
like, what do you think of my tits? I think she was fishing.
No, her friend
Yeah.
put her fingers in the back of my pants trying to get me
Oh,
up.
really?
Yeah, the redhead or whatever.
Okay.
She and
Oh,
then,
that's like a backstory here.
yeah, because
Okay.
Chris busted my balls about it. So she
Well, it was like 4:00 in the morning. We were
Yeah.
drinking. We were like,
yeah. She gave me a little poke to like stir me because she thought there was no one.
Gave you a little gumbo tap.
Yes.
A little,
yeah, right down the
a little
slicer.
Taste in the roux.
Yep.
Just a little
Yeah. I'm checking.
how did she know where your button
chicken the
was?
sauce.
No, she gave me
The power on button.
I mean, he's got the tattoo that says button here. Push here to turn on.
And then, I did, and that turned me on. But I looked to the left, and I was like, "This maniac." And there was only like three or four people around us, and they were playing pool or something.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Do you have a light?" And
Oh, yeah.
I was like, "No."
This is when we were.
And
still
then her
smoking.
friend, who I enjoyed visually, said, "What's going on?" And I was like, "Well, are you guys going out for a cigarette?" And she said, "Yes." And I was like, "I got a light." So then we went outside, and that's when
I got a light for certain people.
yeah.
Sometimes I got a light, sometimes I don't.
Yeah, he told the ugly friend he didn't have a light.
It's always interesting when women do the thing that would get a dude disbarred.
Oh yeah.
I'm just using law
Yeah,
terms
yeah,
here.
no, it's true.
Legal.
It's
But you
true.
know what I
You
mean?
would.
Like it's always
disbarred from
like
comedy.
like that one.
Yes.
The soup check.
Imagine if you did that to a girl who's just sitting there minding her business, sleeping on a bar.
Yeah.
And then you just walk up and go, "You up?"
Yeah, imagine how
Get the fuck
I was
outta here.
asleep at a bar and he put his fingers in my
In
asshole.
my ass. She
had-
didn't go in my
I
ass,
did
but it was like
see-
still.
Yeah.
I did see at a party a dude do that to a woman who I think he thought was too drunk, and she fucking clocked him, and it was hilarious.
Yes.
It was fucking
Wow.
amazing.
Was
It
this like a
amazing.
house party or like
It's a house party. It was
20
a house party in Queens.
So recently?
Not in like 2010.
But he's an adult.
Okay.
But it was like, yeah, it was a moment of like, ooh, that was, you're done. You're done for the night.
Yeah.
Like that guy had to like, you go home, go to sleep,
Yeah.
reset, start over tomorrow.
Move. Yeah, at that point, you got to move.
You just-
You got to fucking leave town.
No one
Switch
here is
jobs.
hanging out with you after you
Yeah.
took one
Right.
fucking job.
Grow a mustache, get an accent. You can't just be dipping into some chick's doodle.
Also, how
yeah,
cool does a chick look if it's just immediate wake up? It's like yeah,
My
just
way.
one move.
Just to,
Yeah.
like, and like a straight up like, and like it was one of those moments where like it was almost like everyone heard the sound of the flesh against like the finger against the jeans. I was like, whoa, is that what I think it is? Because it was this like moment where everyone just happened to be looking in that direction, and everyone just saw the like. Like,
Did you know the dude?
No, I didn't know either one of them.
Right.
And it was
So
just
you
a-
wouldn't have intervened.
No.
Yeah, you can't.
Oh, you mean like, hey, don't put your yeah.
Don't be putting your fingers in strangers.
Yeah, I guess I would only. Yes, I would. I would be.
You're a wild man though. Let me get this off my chest. Every time I see your face, I think about number one, you're a partier. You're a dynamite partier.
I do partake.
Elite. He is an elite partier,
I'd say
as
so.
you've witnessed.
Yeah.
You also had this show I was obsessed with, the bar show with
Jay
Larson.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, this is my zone. Like, this is exactly what I could be great at. And then I realized what the schedule. I talked to somebody who knew your schedule or spoken to you, and like the amount of stress coupled with the lack of sleep and the amount of booze. Yeah. It's a fucking nightmare run. Apparently, I want to hear what you.
Everyone thinks drinking is great if it's not your job.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like everyone, when I quit the show, so many people were like, "What are you doing? What the fuck is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "You try. It's not a dream job being fucking hammered all the time.
Yeah.
Like where you have to be, because like you can't fake that kind of shit. And even there were even episodes where we would like for a whole day we'd take a sip of the real drink, and then they'd swap out a dummy drink for it. But you're still taking 15 to 20 sips of some potent ass.
Right. It's like going to a wine tasting. You're still going to get fucked up.
And like, exactly. Or like you'd be at a bar. Every bar would be 2.5 hours shooting at a bar. And you'd have a couple drinks. And then you'd have a gap between where you're driving to the next spot. Then they have to go in. Then they have to set up camera. Then they have to, because, nothing says reality like all the shit they've got to do behind the scenes of reality TV. And so you'd have we'd have days where it was like, all right, we can either be buzzed and then come down from the buzz and then just be groggy and weird and try and pump ourselves up with coffee, but that didn't really help. No. Or keep drinking.
It's the only way.
Maintain this level of like, all right, I'm engaged at least. But then 7 hours later, when you're at the third bar, you're like, okay, that keep drinking thing maybe wasn't the best call.
True, but it's like there is no other way. You either if you have like afternoon drinks and then stop drinking, it has to be a nap. That gap has to be a nap.
And even then, and then waking up from a nap.
Yeah,
because like, we did that a couple. Because we would
come out of coma.
Yeah, we didn't have like a trailer, but we had our own like SUV.
It is,
and someone driving us because we could. There was one episode. I don't want to get the fucking dude in trouble, but whatever. Statute of limitations. There was one episode where the producer scrambled for time, let us drive away in this like, it was like maybe a 67 Mustang or something, just to get like, we just left the parking lot, went back on the road, and then just so we can get the shot of us driving away. And the main producer, I swear to, like, it was a moment where like, oh, he might hit him. They might be a fight right now because he's like, you let them drive away after we have them on camera. Drinking for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You let them get behind the wheel of a fucking car.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
And he's like, no. We're just going to. It's like, are you fucking? Do you understand? Insurance wise, we could be fucked. And it was beautiful because Jay and I didn't give it. We were like, we're both kind of buzzing.
Yeah.
And we're not driving far.
It's the shit you want to see. When
we're
you're
leaving a parking lot, going to another parking lot. Yeah. But like, it was hilarious watching them fuck up.
Yeah.
But like, I think they were good people. But the show was just like. It's a show that there's been other shows that have tried to, like, I think Mo Mandel had a show called Barmageddon that was a similar concept, and there will be another version of Best Bars,
of course,
but it's not a sustainable idea.
It's not. I think it's because the disconnect between true, like, pro drunks, guys that can do it on a consistent basis and elevate their personality, you know what I mean? Constantly do it on a daily basis. The disconnect between the producers and people that don't live that life. Yeah. They just assume just because you could do it for a few days, 5 days, you're like, let's just keep feeding this fucking monkey booze and he'll get content. He'll get comedy out of this.
Dude.
Would you have to shoot every day for like weeks in a row? Or
we were on a 6-day schedule. So it was like we would get to a city, be in the city for 6 days. We shot it roughly on average 3 bars a day. So that was shooting schedule was a good 15 hours a day.
Oh my God.
A lot, and sometimes it was fun, but sometimes it was like by the end of the week you were just like, I can't. There was a bar in Boston where the night before we ended up playing some fucking drinking game, I can't remember, but with the staff. They had all this on camera too. And the game basically involved like, oh, you fucked up, drink gin. It was gin, right? So we're like pounding gin with the staff. And the next morning, I had that, like that. It's that kind of hangover where you're like, not only will I quit drinking, I'll quit living if this pain ends.
Yeah.
I will drink cyanide right now.
Yeah.
Just to make the fucking just to seep into the blackness.
I've had a hangover on a
God.
plane where I like thought through the simulation of the plane going down and I wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You have that death hangover. Like if somebody comes in here with a gun, I'm not stopping anything. I'm not jumping in front of a baby and a woman. I'm just taking the fucking pain like the dude in Platoon.
Yes.
Just shaking all the way down till the plane hits the ocean.
The kind of
I don't
hangover
fucking
you
care.
wish you could weaponize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if there was a modern version of the X-Men, there was a guy that could make people just hungover. Just like, oh, my head. I can't keep anything down.
Shit.
But it was that kind
Just
of
erases your personality. You can't think. You can't
connect sentences.
Yeah.
You can't even call for help because you're like, what was the number again?
Yeah.
But like the next day, we had to go shoot at a brunch bar. So we had to go like eat at this bar that served like hangover brunch. That was like their thing. And I took a few bites of the plate and I was like, I'm going bar. I walked off camera and I was like, I'm going to go throw up. I'm going to throw up. And I did. And I went and fucking threw up. And then I came back and sat down, drank some water, and then finished the food. And it helped. Yeah. And they cut that whole segment. And I'm like, why?
Yeah, that's the most
and they're
interesting
like,
part.
well, but because I'm like, but that's real.
Yes.
I was really hungover.
Yes.
And I did have to barf after 2 bites.
Yeah.
But then I was like, okay, it's out of me. The demon has been exercised.
Right. Is that out of respect to the restaurant because you're eating their food?
It's out of respect for the fact that most, and I don't want to generalize here, but specifically, what I have dealt with when it comes to unscripted television producers is they are terrified of showing actual reality.
Yeah.
They only want you to see the manipulated bullshit that's perfect and pretty and shiny, and everyone can be like, "Oh my God, look how fun and fantastic flipping a house can be."
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Look how amazing it is to revamp your kitchen tile.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing how fun this is? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Can you believe the things you find at a pawn shop and how adventurous it is every single time you go? And they only want you to see that part. But then you're like, no, this is like, I wish to Christ, Jay and I, if I could go back, if there was like I wish that we could do a version of Best Bars where we had full creative control and shot it like a docuseries.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where we didn't do all these bullshit setups. We didn't have to like do this narration of us like walking into a bar, walking out of a bar. It's just straight up. You watched it and it was like an actual night of drinking.
Yes.
Where shit starts moving faster and choppier and weirder. And next thing you know, you're talking to someone like, oh wait, I thought we were at that ping pong bar.
Right.
No, that was 2 bars ago.
This is my issue with most
Actually waking you up.
Yeah.
Being like, we got to shoot the brunch thing, and you being like, dude, I can't. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I pissed my pants.
This girl showed
And
me her
I'm still
tits
wearing-
last night. Can you get me in Harlem?
Yeah. Waking me up in the back of the bar, like, dude, we got to go. I'm like, I pissed myself, and I'm still wearing a microphone. They're like, we know.
Yeah.
We heard the whole thing.
Because we heard.
Of course I did it. I killed them all.
But anyway, yeah. Like,
But that's also the disconnect between the producers and I think they're like, it's not just their inability to understand real life or capture real life. It's their inability to live that life. The guy from the producers I've ever experienced, like they're plastic, stale, lack the personality, which is why they hire people like him. It's going, make this thing dance because without you, we're following this construction and this foundation of cookie cutter bullshit that we're going to sell. It's like True TV buying an idea off a creator and then making it so plastic it won't go another season. It's like, dude, you can keep doing this to your point, but it'll never be real because you're not showing the real fucking thing.
Yeah.
You want to see animals, be animals in their fucking, environment. Let the monkey throw shit on the wall.
Yeah, I guess it is tough because they were trying to just like sell bars, right?
No, they were trying. The whole concept was it was Esquire magazine's best bar list,
Right.
and we were going to visit every bar on the list in all the cities, and like.
So it's about promoting the bars,
It's about,
really.
or like promoting because it was the Esquire magazine, it was Esquire channel. It was about promoting like a style. So like they dressed us. They had us in a very like I had to have a discussion to keep my beard.
What?
You know? They dressed us.
No, I know, but there is just a thing where it's like they do need it to look like it's their voted best bars.
Yeah.
If you guys are so fucked up, you don't give a fuck where you're drinking, which is what happens after bar one.
But here's the thing: the dude who wrote that list is a guy named Dave Wondrich.
Is he sober?
No, and he's awesome. He's like a bar journalist. He's
I think Wondrich.
Dave Wondrich. He's like a bar critic, journalist. He wrote the list. So I'm going to say 80% of the bars were fucking awesome shithole dive, just what you wanted.
Yeah.
Just like, oh yeah, I could, fuck man.
Yeah.
You leave a camera on stilts. We'll get you all we'll get you 3 episodes just in here.
Yeah.
But then 20% of them were like shiny, happy fucking pop song versions of bars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there were so many places, like the place we were talking about at the opening of this episode, Patty McGuire's.
Patty's, yeah.
There were a lot of joints like that, where you walk in, it's just like, oh yeah, this is less about the bar and the drinks and more about the clientele and the vibe.
100%.
Yeah.
But then there were a couple places where you could tell. But they just wanted to show like, hey, it's Esquire, the man's magazine. These boys out on a night.
Also, it's not.
But it was also like,
It's like the opposite of the man's magazine.
it's also just like, they didn't have a clear vision of what they actually wanted. I don't think, because there would be episodes where everything was going well, and then halfway through the season, they'd be like, hey, we need you guys to be more like, play some, like the producers would be like, so we're going to play some games. We're like, what the fuck do you mean games?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, the network's saying they don't want to see just more of you guys sitting at a bar talking. I'm like, that's what you do at a bar.
That is one.
You don't actually. You don't actually play fucking tic-tac-toe at a bar. Yeah. You play bar trivia? Cool. We'll do some bar trivia. But like, come on, like,
imagine walking to like a VFW or like a Sailor's fucking bar and be like, you want to play some games?
Yeah.
They'd be like, get the fuck out of my face.
like if
I'll
it was
flip your stool.
Yeah. If it was a game bar, that would exist. There'd be game bar.
Right.
But that's the thing, man. I mean, like, I complain about this shit all the time to a point where it's probably why I'm not famous. But like, there is a thing that happens where, and there's some good people on the industry side. I don't want to shit on them all.
Of course.
But there is this thing that happens where they end up hiring, in my opinion, they hire so many people to safeguard the product that they're not even sure they know what they want it to be yet, that they end up turning the product into garbage.
Yes.
And it's a bunch of people their job is justifying their job.
Yep.
Yeah.
So their job is to have notes even when notes aren't necessary.
Yeah.
So you might have something in a beautiful place, but then it's got to go through 5 different opinions 100%. From 6 different people that don't actually help at all. What they end up doing is slowing everything down, making you lose some faith in it, and then you don't get to be human about it at all.
Yeah.
And they don't get held accountable at all.
This
And
whole
that's
time you've had John McKeever's face on your fucking shoulders. Because this is what we went through with Delco.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like
man.
everybody has to put their own fingerprint on it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
It's like in a normal work environment. Like a lot of listeners have like a 9-to-5 job. It's like when you have a conference call and fucking Becky from accounting or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
She'll say something.
One
that
of the
is
departments.
one of the departments. She'll say something so grandiose but doesn't mean anything because she just wants to put her thumbprint on something and make it feel like she's part of the program. And if they can adjust or alter the course of that said program, she goes, I did it.
Yeah.
But you're filtering nonsense and
I did it as in, look at me, I deserve a pay. I deserve this.
Yes.
This 6-figure salary I'm getting, while these creators are breaking their fucking souls in half.
Yes.
Like, it's almost like, and that's the part that always bothers me the most, is that you come with this idea. That you have spent so much time, so much passion, so much blood. Like, you've poured, and people always go blood, sweat, and tears. I say everything the human body secretes. You know, you put your cum, your shit, your vomit, your bile, your everything. Like, you put your whole existence, your pus. Thank you. I was like, are there any more
Wash your
liquidish
feet.
Tears.
I'm just trying.
Sweat.
You put the disgusting beauty that is the human condition in this fucking idea, and you're like, and they're like, oh my god, this is amazing, and they want to do it. They bring you in, but then there's one person that goes, I don't know though. It seems like it should be rounder.
Yeah.
And you're like, but what's wrong with it's? But it's not. There isn't a shape to it. It's the shape of the human experiences, which is ever changing, and it evolves. That's the whole idea. It evolves. Like, yeah, but could it evolve in a rounder way? And then you start questioning, like,
What does rounder mean?
What does rounder mean? And am I wrong here?
Yes.
Am I too square? Am I too oblong? But all right, and then you force it to be rounder, and you're like, I don't know though. This kind of fucks it all up. And then they're like, well, that was just a suggestion. And then you're like, well, then why did you say it?
Right.
You fucked my whole
thing
process up.
Yeah.
It was perfect from the get go. And they're like, well, you're the creator. You should have confidence. And I'm like, I do have confidence.
Yeah.
But I brought it to you, and now you threw in your unnecessary 2 cents,
Yeah.
and it fucked everything up, and you don't get to be held accountable.
Yes.
And
I can't take this personally.
That's it.
That's what you tell me every time.
yeah.
Don't take it personally. Okay, then don't fucking
That's it.
Then don't be involved.
It's almost a problem of too much confidence because someone will be like, make it rounder. And you're like, I'm good enough to make it rounder. Even though I don't know
Well,
what
you're
that
also-
means really, but I'll do it. I'm
And
good enough.
And it's also like, of course you stand your ground. But that's the point that people don't understand is like, in those situations, you can't just you have to work with them a little bit and then fucking put your foot down.
Bingo.
Yeah.
If you put your foot down right from the get-go, they're just going to be like, never mind.
This guy,
Yeah.
you can't work with him.
Yeah.
I can't work with him.
And that's the other thing. You can't work with them. It's like, oh, why? Because I believe in myself and I'm being confident in my idea. How about I can't work with you, industry person, who's like, hey, they can look at it and go, I don't understand it, but of course that's not my job to understand it.
Yeah.
My job is just go, seems like it could be a little more, I don't know, like iridescent. And like, what does that mean?
Dude,
well, you know what I mean. It changes color.
Yeah.
What?
We got notes on Tim Butterly's character, Izzy
Yeah.
in Delco, and they were like, this is after we've done the web series, the pilot, written the pilot, shot the pilot for 30, and then they were like, we don't think he would say bitch. I was like, have you watched any of this character's fucking behaviors? Where he's from? The salted of this fucking weird earth?
yeah.
Of course he would say bitch. That bothers
Right.
you? All of a sudden, that bothers you now.
It's
At
like, who
stage
doesn't
8 of
say
10.
bitch?
Yeah, right. Also, it doesn't fucking matter.
It
The
was
point is, it's like,
universally applicable. Yeah.
it's crazy how they want to implant themselves. I'll go back to the accountability thing. And this is in every industry, not just ours. The accountability thing, knowing that if they just implant themselves at one point and they'll take a dog shit series that no one watched for 1 year and press it to a second year just to save all their fucking heads. And they'll spend the extra $10 million to put out a piece of garbage for one more season so that all of them can say, yeah, well, we tried. They just weren't right for our
Yeah,
network.
yeah.
It's like, no. You made a fucking mistake from the jump and you made a good product shitty with all your fucking notes and all your dog shit.
Dude, I've been watching the Kanye doc, and have you seen any of that?
Oh, the genius?
Yeah.
Genius?
Yeah.
Why is it called genius?
I think that was the name of his dog.
Genius.
Yeah. But like, it is crazy because he's making his album and Rockefeller won't put it out. Like they keep like pushing the release date. And it's like, dude, he's literally got Through the Wire, Jesus Walks, and one of the other songs like already done. And he like plays it for people. No. And they're like, which is like, they're hits. They're like bona fide hits. Even like Pharrell listens to it and he's like, this is the fucking, he has to like walk out of the room. It's so good.
Yeah.
And he still, they won't make it. And it's just like, I get anxiety watching it where it's just like, even if you've got like a dead to rights, perfect product,
Doesn't matter.
why wouldn't they, who's not,
Yeah.
what the fuck is happening? Like it's hard enough to be creative at all. Like it's hard enough to just make something good, let alone like someone just not putting it out.
I feel like it's not easy. It takes a long time and talent to make something good. The hard part is convincing someone to say, if you hit green on this fucking subject or project, we can do this for a decade.
Yeah.
We can, if you say yes to this one small series, we'll take 5 seasons of that. We'll move over to film. We'll do a fucking movie. We'll do another show. You are with a conglomerate of creative people that are talented to make something else for you, which doesn't make sense when you're like a failing fucking network going, well, we're going to push and then go this side because you're not a part of our... It's like, dude, you had a shot to fucking make something for like a whole generation.
Well, and that's great. Like that's the thing too. It's like with the advent of YouTube and podcasting being what it is now, like there's this whole general consensus of like, yeah, but you don't need them anymore. But my whole thing is, yeah, but they're going to creep into this too. They're creeping into this too. It's already happened with podcasting. There are podcast networks out there that want you to do a pilot. A fucking podcast pilot.
What?
Podcasting, an idea that was launched out of hey, there's like podcasting. The whole idea behind podcasting is there's no structure to it.
Yeah.
The whole thing that made podcasting so popular was it was just raw content. It was just raw conversations between people with ideas, right?
Yeah.
And now there are networks being like, well, we want you to do a pilot, like a podcast pilot.
So you and your friends have to talk for 30 minutes, and we'll listen to it and see if you can get on our channel.
And see if we could find it. And it's like, okay, it starts there. And now YouTube, which is monetized now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a thing, and it's great for people who are big on YouTube. I fucking suck at being good at YouTube, but we all have a lot of friends who make money off of getting a shitload of. That's great. But all that means is that these exec types are going to start creeping into that world as well.
Well, the only way they'll be able to
are.
do that, the only way they'll be able to do that is literally like market manipulation, which I think is sort of happening.
They're all pretty damn good at already.
Yeah, where it's like they're totally inflating numbers.
Yeah.
Like there's some podcasts that are absolutely unlistenable that will have like 13,000 5-star reviews. And it's like, there's no way. And then you like look at that person. It's like, are they selling tickets on the road? Or like you look at a YouTube video of theirs where there's an interview with them and there'll be 10,000 views on it. And it's like, you're telling me that 13,000, and some of the biggest podcasts, like I think fucking like Tom Segura's like the Your Mom's House podcast has like 10,000 positive reviews. Yeah. It's like, and if he's on any interview on YouTube, it's like, it's going to get hundreds of thousands of views. I know there's someone with 13,000 5-star reviews, and then you look at any of their YouTube content and it's like 3,000 views.
Yeah.
5,000 views. It's like, that's not possible.
Yeah.
It's not possible that you could have a podcast that big and still no one gives a fuck anytime you do something else.
Industry agents, the executives in our business, 95% of them are fucking worthless. In football or baseball, the scouts, the guys that go to like fucking Iowa, and there's a bird dog in the stands, some old dude that is looking for a perfect swing. Well, find some fucking kid, 13 years old, and be like, this is our boy. We got to get him in our system.
Right.
We got to farm him and get him to the bigs.
Got to Billy Bean him.
Truly find, they truly find the fucking talent and go, this guy has it. In our industry, for some reason, it's like, even if you have it, even if you give them proof of fucking talent, and you can give them content for a decade going, look at all the fucking hits.
Yeah.
Look at all the fucking hits. How are you not saying yes at one point to this, and it's not immediate monetary gratification for them?
Well, I think they're just so risk averse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And both in a standpoint where they're like those
baseball.
people who always want to have they've got to give a note so they keep their job. They're also terrified of doing something that won't work. You know what I mean? If it isn't like. If the right
and
people
they're good at market manipulation.
Yes.
Brought to you by Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
You know, they're good at they're good at that shit. They're good at like and
they're weasels.
And they make you a weasel. They turn you into like they make because then they make it like this is the only achievable or what is it? This is the only way to compare your success is to be like us. We're all millionaires. Are you not a millionaire?
Right.
That's the only way to be successful. Right. And then people start focusing more on the marketability and the product placement and all the bullshit. And next thing you know, your whole YouTube channel has just turned into an advertising strain for them.
Yeah.
Because for whatever you're making, they're making 5 to 10 times as much.
Yeah.
And you just did it again. Only you think you did it under your terms. You think you did it under, nah, fuck that. I did this shit. But it's like, nah, man, like you are now owned. There are people we know who are like, I notice a lot more of a certain, a certain brand appearing in everything you do. Interesting. It's like just saying interesting. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
But like, it's I don't know, man. It's a fucked system, but I don't think it's I mean, look, it's a broken system, but I don't think it's fucked. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think. Like, I do think it keeps getting better. I don't know. I feel like most of the people that join a podcast network, like an actual big network, are like the same people that get kind of like hired for writing jobs and shit like that have been doing stand up for 6 months, It's like that kind of thing.
Or 6 months, or just like because there is that type of person who like has all like, what's the way to say it? Like they were never, and this is fine. But there's a type of person that like gets into stand up that has.
We're just all trying to avoid names.
I know. We're getting to the point of the podcast. Where it's fine.
Yeah. No,
it's totally fine.
Great. But
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well, I've just learned. I've just learned over the years that like I have a very like specific, intense view of what a stand-up comedian is, and I've learned over the years some of the shit I've said has like hurt people. Because I've been an asshole about certain things, but there is a type of comedian that gets into it and doesn't actually want to be an individual comedian. They want to just say and do funny things, and they end up writing for TV shows, and that's where and great for them. Great for them. You found your place. I think that's strange, personally. I think it's personally a strange thing to be like, I just want to help you do all of your. Fine, but that's just not how I look at it.
Yeah,
I look at it as like, I want to create things that are me.
But to your point earlier, that's also why it affects you so much when there is a note or comment that derails or deters your success in your own product.
Oh, God.
And it makes you start to doubt yourself, even if you do have a proven success in your past.
Yeah.
All it takes is one comment from someone that's never created anything in their life. We're talking about a 23-year-old rich kid from fucking Connecticut making $30,000, somehow living in Manhattan, not on their parents' dollar, having a gatekeeper's position to people that have been in the fucking trenches doing his shit for 12 years.
Yeah.
Suck my bird.
Yeah.
Suck my bird. That's not a
and
reality.
He's not talking about his cardinal. He's not talking about a blue jay either.
It should just be rubber stamping.
No matter what the industry, there's some fucking dickhead out there that's whole purpose is to keep you down or say one thing to make you doubt yourself, and it works until you get your next fucking thing.
Yeah.
Until you get your next good joke or your next big headlining set or your next fucking tour or your next podcast or show pilot, whatever the fuck it is, for a time being. If you do this long enough, you're going to be in the pits of hell of self-doubt all the way to a fucking doing a line of coke off a hooker's asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the heaven part.
The butt. That's what those women were looking at in the bar.
Yeah, the butt.
Like, I wonder if this guy's got coke in it. This guy looks like he looks like a donkey.
He does look like
or a mule.
Yeah. Maybe she was just trying to scoop it out to get it in my nose because I was sleeping.
Suck my purple-headed spitter bird. My purple-headed spitter Philly. Philly
first
spitter.
off, I like to apologize.
Bird calls just a fart.
All this industry talk. I'd say it was all based on me watching that show and watching you have a fucking. You couldn't tell. You couldn't tell the pain and shit that you were going through.
Yeah.
I thought it was extremely interesting.
It was,
and you and Jay were a great balance.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When you puked at brunch, did you pull the trigger?
Mm-hmm.
God, I can never
I've always
pull
had
the
to pull the
trigger.
trigger. That's the
You
thing.
guys
pull the trigger every fucking time you brush your teeth. You start hacking.
But I hack, I don't puke.
Well, it sounds like you're puking and you don't shut the door.
Yeah, but I've never been able to like puke. I never puke. I never puke. I've never puked from
When's the last
drinking.
time you threw up?
Years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I probably shit myself more than you threw up.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and also pulling a trigger, it's a professional move.
I puked before I did before I came in.
Yeah, I like that.
Just
to clean it out. I'm so jealous because I would just sit there and not be able to eat. You know what I mean?
Once you throw up, throwing up I think is a fear as a child, and when you do it a few times, you're like, it's like diarrhea. We were just having this conversation.
Yeah.
I had a big meal at a barbecue joint this afternoon, and it stuck right here in my. Underneath my larynx.
Yeah, right
here in your larynx.
It's stuck in your
And it wouldn't go nowhere, and I started getting like dizzy and shit. And then I finally had the toots. I got down. I was like, it's straight piss rod for like 30 minutes, and I'm like, I feel great.
Yeah.
Diarrhea becomes something you look forward to. Throwing up becomes something you look forward to when you get through the younger years.
Well, if I'm sick and I feel like I'm going to puke, I don't fear the puke at all. It's just I don't know, the pulling the trigger thing. I've just never tried it. I got no idea how to do it.
It's instinctual.
Yes.
Well, you do
Let's
it like
do it right now.
Get
a bucket.
You seriously, like, I've done it so many times in my life that I actually, like, you put your finger down your throat, you touch your uvula, and you just
boxing ball.
You just fucking
you
just finger it.
Yeah. And like, it sometimes takes me a while.
Yeah,
really,
2 or 3 at least. But it's also bringing it up. No,
maybe,
but
you get the first
it's
round.
It's coming up. It's like an elevator.
More saliva all of a sudden.
Yes.
Then there's like sharp acidic taste in your mouth, like almost there, and then there it comes. And I'm a funny puker. I don't think anybody's a cool puker. I'm just
I haven't figured out how to bring it to stage yet.
Oh, dude, if there was a theme show where it's like your favorite comedians, you come up and barf. I mean, why not? It seems like every show now is like, hey, comedians, come do everything except stand up.
Imagine being a smooth puker. Like, I've had a buddy go, he shit himself and then just like He like rolled it out of his khakis.
No.
Like a little piece of fucking rabbit nugget.
Rabbit
It just rattled down his khakis and just fell out. And I was like, that was it? Like you're shitting like that dehydrated kind of pellet? It just falls out. He's like, yeah, I just had to shake it out.
You don't have streaks all down your pants?
No,
Yeah.
it was like a hardened fucking...
That would be something amazing to see, just like on the subway.
Yeah, well, he was telling me this
Like
too.
Shawshank.
He's like, I've seen it before. I'm like, no, you haven't.
Or like on the bus, just like, did that guy
Shawshank.
Just, a rabbit pellet? Call that the Shawshank. That guy just Shawshank on the 102. Just
dropping-
on the M102.
Chiseled chess pieces out of your khakis.
That's
No,
unbelievable.
but the pulling the trigger, I've woken up off like supreme hangovers, and I know the feel. I know
Yeah.
it's not the body feel, it's not the fogginess, it's the extreme headache.
Yeah.
That I know it's a level that won't go away until I wait out the puke, which I've tried to do many, many times.
That's what I do.
You can only have the experience to know, trust me, you're going to throw up whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Save the fucking time. Pull the trigger. You want to sit around for 3 hours and every
Dude,
month-
I've lost days. I've lost 2 days just in a hangover waiting for a puke.
Oh, bro, we gotta train you.
Yeah, we do. Let's go take
Do you
him to
guys do
fucking
mid
booze camp?
What about if you're out at night at drinking? Will you do it in the middle of the night?
100%.
That I have not. Now that I have not done in years, but like in my early 20s, dude, it was every other weekend.
Really?
Or I'd be like, I'm too fucked up right now. I'm gonna.
But you don't want to go home.
I'm gonna pull the trigger. I'm gonna barf up some of this booze.
Yo, I pull. Yo.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
I pulled I
God.
pulled my suit out of. I wore a suit like I'm gonna say like a month and a half ago.
Wait, is this a euphemism for
No.
for like
No.
pulling out my suit?
No, it's worse.
My Philadelphia spinning bird.
My Kelly Green suit.
Yeah.
It was an Eagles game. No, so I put my suit on and I
Yeah.
pull my shoes out, and I haven't worn this outfit in like a month and a half, 2 months. And there's puke all over the pants and the shoes, and then it just reverted me right back to being in that situation. Where I was
And
like,
you then
I
put
weigh
those
too much
pants
in
on
my
a hanger
belly.
and put them in the closet.
Oh, I was fucked up, Chris. It doesn't look. It gets you sober in
crazy.
the moment, I guess. Yeah, and I threw it out.
Yeah.
I just trashed it. I took the whole thing, even the top bald, and put it right in the trash.
Really? Get it dry cleaned.
No, it shocked me so much. I was self-loathed to the point where I was like, fucking, I'll get a part-time job cutting lawns to get a new suit before I send this to a cleaner.
You don't want to see what they can do?
You
What?
pick that thing up. The cleaner's like, 17, huh? This is you? Yeah. They're talking.
Yeah.
They're talking.
Yeah, but it's like, whoa, you got that out? It gives you an idea of how good they are at cleaning.
No.
Based on what this puke was comprised of, we thought you'd be 9-10 years old. What the fuck you eating? Why was there nothing but Fruit Loops?
It
and
was
salami?
it was a Friday night wedding.
Yeah.
There was only macaroni.
Chunks of hot
just
dog.
plain spaghetti.
Yeah, it's one of those cheap weddings.
Dude, I want to get back to the idea of a smooth puker, of someone who like barfs and they sound
Yeah.
like they're like, damn,
Or a
and then,
quick
like,
one.
Is your roommate an R&B star? Like, do you live with KC of KC and JoJo? Like, no, but that's how he sounds when he barfs.
Yeah, it's musical.
I definitely get distraught when I throw up. I get like fucking whiny.
Really?
I remember the earliest I
Whiny?
remember. Yeah, I don't know. I think I told this before, but I threw up, and I woke my mom up. So I was like 4 or 5. This is the
With
first,
the puke or before you puke?
no, before I threw up because I was scared. To
Oh, I
his
see.
point, I was nervous. I went my parents.
Not
bedroom.
you woke her up with the...
Oh no.
Oh, Jesus, is there a condor loose? Oh, it's just Tommy. It's just Tommy, you having a barf? Wait, I'm trying to... What the fuck? You didn't grow
You
up
having a barf in there,
Boston,
Tom?
yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
Tom-
what was that?
wait, hold on. Wait, I'm gonna try.
Yeah, you
Tommy,
barfing in
fucking
there?
barfing dude.
Yeah.
I can't do a Philly accent.
Yeah, what are you doing, barfing all over your mom? So I wake her up. I'm like, I feel sick, and my mom's like, what? She's a night nurse. She's sleeping. I feel sick. My tummy hurts. And then she walks me in the bathroom, sits on the tub, which is right next to the toilet, and she's going, throw up.
Yeah.
Throw up. Come on, stop being fucking throw up. You're being a baby. So then I'm just like, I'm upset. My body's like, what is happening? My mom's yelling at me.
It's like when
I'm
Neo comes
scared.
out of the Matrix. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I fucking uked everywhere.
breathe.
And that's how
I
I behave to kids now. I'm like,
My favorite-
fucking throw
Dude.
up.
I know
part
you
of the
feel
story
better.
is you being like, she sits in the bathtub, she's right next to the tub, or right bathtub right next to the toilet. It's like, thank you, because it'd have been weird if it's like we had a specific. The bathtub was in the toilet.
No, I mean it was right,
it was
dude.
in the toilet.
Sean, our
Yeah.
knees would. If you sat on the toilet, the top starts here.
It was one of
She's
these,
sitting
yeah.
almost touching me.
It was
her
one of
knees
these
aren't-
pre-war New York apartments where the bathtub was in the
Really, how
kitchen.
fucking dare you?
And the toilet was in the hallway. Yeah. You ever been in one of those apartments out here?
No.
Dude, Chris Laker used to live in this apartment where the bathtub was in the fucking kitchen. And
I did live in this place.
And the toilet,
I live with Lou Cunningham.
the toilet was in the hallway.
Yeah.
All of the toilets were shared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're not gonna pay for the extra plumbing.
Yeah.
yeah.
The tub was in the bathroom next to the washer dryer, next to the kitchen sink.
Wait, you lived with Luke Cunningham?
Yeah. When I first moved here.
Wait.
In
Philadelphia's own Luke Cunningham.
yeah, East Village.
Dude.
1st and 11th. Right on first.
So that guy, if viewers look him up, Luke Cunningham.
Yeah.
I think he actually writes for
Fallon.
Fallon
Well,
now.
he wrote for Fallon for 4 years, I think.
He was like the
5
head writer
years.
there for a while.
Yeah.
Wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he just sold a book. He's killing it. He's doing great. Yeah.
He had this because Luke was a fucking like Luke played basketball against Kobe Bryant.
Yes. Yeah.
Like Luke
His story, that's at Bonner, our high school.
Yeah.
I was on that team.
Did you play against Kobe Bryant?
No.
Oh.
I was on his team when he was a junior, senior.
Okay.
I was freshman year, and I didn't go to varsity until sophomore year.
He had this story about. He told it to me once, and I was like, "You have to fucking tell this on stage." He never did.
Yes, he did.
What? Which one? The Kobe story?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not the Kobe story. Different story. So Luke Cunningham, just for the listeners, is probably 6'7".
Yeah,
and
huge.
meaty. He's a meaty man. He's not Slim Pickens.
Now he's fucking lean muscle. He's
Now,
doing
he was
Muay Thai and shit.
but he was lean. He was he was big. He was
Yeah.
a big dude,
Crew-
but like
crew
muscle
boy.
big.
Yeah.
But he had this story about when he worked in finance. He was at a place called Tortilla Flat, Flats,
Tortilla Flat, yeah.
down there in fucking where it's a douchebag joint.
Yeah.
And he said he was down there, and some like Australian businessman walked past his group and grabbed one of the girls he was with's ass, and she got, of course, like that sucks.
Hey,
Yeah.
So
Upset.
so Luke and a couple of other guys went over to the dude and like, hey, you got to get the fuck out of here. We saw what you did, and the Australian dude was probably apparently, according to Luke, was like, fuck off, you poof.
Yeah.
And Luke's exact words were, and then I just started feeding him rights. Like, that's such a fucking hilarious way to say that.
I know.
Just feeding him rights.
Yeah.
And he said he probably hit the dude like 9 times, and after each hit was just a new expression. Like the first was like, "What the fuck was
you're
that?"
hitting clay.
The second one's like, "Okay, wait a second, this is actually happening." Third one's like, "I want this to stop." Fourth one's like, "This hurts, ow." Fifth one's like, "Okay, I can't see anymore." Sixth one's like, "I apologize, but I can't say it because my mouth's full of blood." Seventh one's like, "I want to go home." I'm like, dude, you have to.
Yeah, he's a fucking bruiser, man.
Yeah,
That's
Luke
gotta
is a
feel
fucking great
good.
dude.
He's a tough kid.
But he is not one of those guys I was talking about earlier that wants to just write and not have an opinion.
Yo, no.
no, right. He's a rare exception to the rule where he's right. He's got a brilliant mind to write, but he's also.
I also just really quickly, I don't think anybody who just wants to write for someone else is a chump or anything.
No.
I think it's a different. It's just a different path.
Yes, it's weird to come from a place of stand up and then to do that in a way. I think because there's something that is the whole. I don't know. The whole point of stand up feels like to find some sense of individuality.
Yeah,
in
it's
it,
innately
to
selfish.
express yourself personally. Yeah.
we were just talking about people asking to write for you or like for you to write for them.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
that's
it's crazy.
I've never done a writing job, right?
Yeah.
But I've never submitted for one. I'm just no interest. Like
Yeah.
all my life. But I know a lot of people who do, and that's great. Do it. But someone was giving me shit about that, where they were like, "Why though? Why not just try?" And I'm like, I would write for a friend. If a friend got a TV show and like, "Do you want to be a writer? Because you know me, and I like your perspective, and I want it to help." Like, yes, I would write for that. Obviously, write for your own show, obviously. But like some of these, I've read the packets.
Yeah.
And some of it's like, I'm not going to torture myself.
Yeah.
With some people like the challenge, great, but some of that shit's like
Soul sucking.
I also don't care about topical shit at all.
Yes.
I just don't care.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm just like I don't, and also writing for like I don't know how many times this happens to you guys. It happens to me an alarming amount where people I don't know will come up to me after sets and be like, "Hey, I got a tag for you."
Get the fuck out of
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, I'll hear you out, but just know I'm never going to use your
Yeah.
tag.
Yeah. Never.
Even if the tag is
perfect.
perfect,
Get the
I'm going to be like, well, now I got to try and find a more perfect tag.
Yeah.
I can't even run bits by people.
Oh, that's good for you.
I
too.
can't. I just like I can't do it. Because
haven't done
I have
bits in a
tried it a couple times with bits that wound up becoming good bits. Where just like I'll tell them the premise, and like most of the things I say, people will be like, "I don't even know what you're talking about, dude.
Yeah.
I don't see how that works at all. I don't see what's funny about that." And it's just like it'll just kill my energy for it. You know what I'm saying?
I think this is also a matter of how you were raised and your circle of influence coming up.
Yeah.
Because I think like a lot of comics that I admire, like John, but like the more aggressive individual types, rather than there's a type of comic that like I hate it because they treat it like an algorithm. They're very bright minded, but they didn't bring in the social aspect to it as much as I'm accustomed to with my friends.
Yeah.
So instead of coming up with your own creation because it's your personality, it's your mind, they're more focused on, is this a funny premise? What's a funnier word? It's like, well, that's
like comedy
a whole
math.
different word.
Yeah.
That's what writing is to me for somebody else's show. It's like, I said the same thing to my first agent. I was like, Packett's not interested writing if it's my show or my one of my best friend's show. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you're speaking the same language.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas you got guys in the green room, everyone's like, they want to know what's going on in the green room. 90% of the time, it sucks dick. Because you're hanging out with some guy from fucking, no offense, Portland, or they're just so different minded than you, and it's a nightmare. Because
Yeah.
the whole time they're going, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
And meanwhile, you're like, dude, shut up. I'm trying to tell you how to throw up better.
Yeah.
It's just like, you're just not fucking listening.
I got my own path. Like that's why there's a lot of there's a lot of podcasts out there that are all about like, how do you write a bit? And they want to talk about that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I've it's flattering when someone asks you to do a podcast, but I've always sort of been like, it's just not a thing I want. Like, I don't want to pull back the curtain.
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
want to. I want
Yeah.
you to see what's in front of the fucking curtain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the product is not enough, then I'm not going to let you in on the process.
Yeah. It also
And the
ruins.
process is for me.
Exactly.
It's my process.
Yes.
It's a personal thing.
and it
duplicate
ruins the
that.
process for you if you start trying to break it down in a mathy
Yeah.
kind of way.
It's like me asking Steve Jobs how to fuck. I'm not interested in that. We're not the same fucking person. He's dead, right?
Yeah, I mean, and he fucked himself to death.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, he fucked himself. He built the eye pussy, and it turned on him. It said, "I am the eye pussy.
He did die.
I will reverse birth you."
He
And
did.
it killed him.
He died
Which is
too
reverse
early
birth.
to give
Yeah.
us.
Eye pussy. Eye vagina. What? Can you fuck an iPad? Not yet.
Yeah,
Have you
but
tried
it's coming.
a fleshlight?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I
I tried it once and threw it out, to be honest with you, because I put it underneath my bed.
Oh, and
I
it
was
just
like,
got
well, I can
infected.
never fuck this.
Well,
up.
yeah.
So there's a
yeah, yeah. You're
It's not a live thing.
Yeah, no, but it is. It is. Once you jizz in it, it gets
Well, it's
life.
just like
yeah.
after you get through the shame, even though it's not when I was like lit on drugs or something. It's like you rolled under your bed or something, and you're like, this is. Now it's just a dust hole.
Roll it under your bed.
Right.
It's like a weird thing, and then I gotta wash it out with soap and water, and then do it again.
Well,
also,
dude,
it's a lot of work.
There's a comedy festival. I won't say which comedy festival, but the antonym of it would be the Sun Basement Comedy Festival,
Yeah.
or the Sun Basement Drama event.
I'm lost.
It happens in Texas. Anyway.
Yeah.
Is this Skankfest or Moon Tower?
Yeah.
Antonym.
Yeah.
Sun-
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
anthem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't.
So-
I didn't hear the anthem.
Yeah. They.
Anyway, that's why I don't write.
Yeah, there was a couple of fucking years or 1 year specifically, where every gift bag had a fleshlight in it.
Yeah.
And you just saw a bunch of fucking comedians. We all like got our stuff like, that's crazy, whatever. No, I'm
dudes
gonna
fuck off?
go up to the room real quick, just drop my stuff off.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm kind of tired, man. The flight here, you want to meet in like 2 hours, and you could tell everyone
Yeah.
Just went to their room just to be like, I gotta give this thing.
Well, dude, it is a thing where it's like
Yeah.
if you're not on top of like keeping it clean, it does feel like the next time you fuck it, you're gonna be like inventing new STDs.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I mean? Like it's like Wuhan or something. It's like
you would certainly have the Wuhan flashlight.
I just
You're not focused
you're
on
like I don't
keeping
know
anything
what's
clean.
happening here, but
You would just leave it on the table.
there's
for
no
a couple
way you can
days.
jizz in latex and leave it for 3 months and then not get something.
And not have a bat grow in it.
I'm hungry as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that is those things are. That was the only time I ever tried one. But I also I did the same thing. I fucking washed it out and then I just left it on the street in the box. I just like
That's
walked,
a good move.
Just like left it there.
Wait. You wash it, put it back in a box?
Yeah.
So there's someone who comes across it thinks it's brand new.
Yeah, or like a homeless, if a hobo
Homeless
wants to
guy-
fucking
I
bang,
like
I'm
that.
there you go.
That's what I thought you were talking
I
about.
washed it out. Yeah. Hobo. Use it secondhand. Fuck it.
Yes.
I'm surprised you don't see more of those in like Goodwill.
No
Probably
homeless
save that
dude's
guy
getting
30
fucking,
bucks. Yeah.
is getting infected.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
yeah.
They have a built-up.
Yeah,
their
immunity.
immune system is-
Yeah.
dude.
We're trying to make you barf.
They're not.
We're verbally we're trying
Yeah,
to
it's a
verbally
verbal
pull the
trigger. Yeah.
This thing flips up. It's just a giant pocket. No, there's no way. I actually agree with that. I agree with just like giving like
dude.
sex toys and stuff to like street
People.
guys. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
when it gets cold, you want to fuck something.
That would be an interesting form of outreach.
I mean, there was a
Just be
video.
like, these guys need to
on,
fuck.
They need sex toys too.
Yeah.
You
Then
donate gloves, hats, jackets, all that
Right.
stuff. There should be a separate tag for like fuck dolls and
Well, there was a video on Twitter that was like going around for a while of like a dude walking his dog, and then he fucking pans over. It's on Hollywood Boulevard.
Are you
and
talking
there's a guy just fucking beating it.
oh
Yeah.
no, I see
There's a
that.
homeless guy just beating off.
Yeah.
And he's got a massive rod.
Of course.
A massive fucking rod. And it's just that, and then back to the dog. And I'm like, if that guy had a flashlight,
Yes.
it would be at least not just dong.
There was a
True.
viral tweet.
But it is funny.
where
Yeah.
There was a sex doll, full-fledged sex doll, like an expensive one.
Okay.
On all fours, the head was tilted to look like towards the camera.
Yeah.
Obviously, it could have been a passerby. And the legs were spread, and it had like 2 entry points. It had an
Yeah.
asshole and
Yeah.
which is like this is for a specific group.
Yeah.
Guys that are coming to go like piss or take care of themselves behind a dumpster.
Yeah.
This is a little sex doll for you.
Yeah.
You just got to get the first, because then it's a ruined
There-
utility.
yeah.
Who knows? You can't be sludging in there.
If you see a homeless guy with a huge dick, I always do wonder if the dick did it. You know what I mean?
Like just the lack of blood to the brain.
Yeah, it's like yeah. No, well, there's that. That's one element of it, but the other thing is just like, it's like you got a dick.
Underdeveloped brain.
Yeah.
Too much blood to the
Too
bird.
much blood to
Yeah,
the other
yeah.
to the other brain.
Old bird brain
Yeah.
and old bird cock.
No, I could just see a big dick making someone lazy.
A big dick's definitely.
Do you have a big dick?
No.
Then it's not true.
Oh, please. You have a big dick. This
Yeah.
is what I'm basing the
I'm
theory
bopping
off.
around. Your
No,
theory,
no,
dude,
no.
I'm fucking nuts.
No. You do a dish and then you go to the bar.
That's a big dick mentality.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to feed it.
Yeah.
You gotta feed it.
Listen, I did the dish. Now
Choking
I
the
gotta
blood
go
to the
get-
brain. Yeah.
I did the dish. Now I'm gonna go dish. You know what I mean?
Out of
Yeah.
respect.
Wait, I definitely think a big dick makes you fucking lazy.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
because you always got that in the pants.
Yes.
If life falls apart, things don't
Yeah.
go your way. You got a fucking rod.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
but there's so
But I
many.
mean a big dick, not just like a.
I hear-
Yeah,
I hear
yeah,
you.
yeah,
I hear
yeah.
you.
I'm talking about huge.
Huge cock.
Yeah, yeah.
There was one video I used to be obsessed with. There was
Yeah.
this guy. He walks into the concourse opening of a mall, and he's not far from the doors, maybe 20 feet. And there's 2 elevators or escalators, one going up, one going down. He's in the middle, and he whips out this fucking absolute rope of a cock.
Yeah.
Dude.
I mean, when he folded it out soft, it was already at 12.
Yeah.
It was obnoxious.
Yeah.
Nobody's eating this. No one can get in your mouth. You can't get in your put. That's a hell life.
Yes, it's a nightmare. It's
You're a
nightmare.
fetish.
Yes. Yeah.
And you can only
Yeah.
find less
Yeah.
0.001% that's going to take this.
Yes.
And most of them are horses. There's no
Yeah.
fucking way some girl's opening a hole. Anyway, he was sitting in this concourse, and he would take drugs out of his pocket, which I imagine was either meth or coke, and he would take one of the, those like plastic vials where you could spin and get like a perfect amount of cocaine, and he would just bump and then just whack, and he's just waiting for people to come in.
Dude.
Bump. So he was getting off from the social aspect of the fear of getting caught beating.
Yes.
us.
Oh yeah, with a
giant. It was a
with a
lasso.
with
dude
a
is
crotch
about
dolphin.
to lasso a fucking white woman coming to Aldo for new heels.
Dude, yeah, I've always there's every once in a while they release like dick data online.
Dick data.
What?
Dick data. Yeah, they'll be like the
This
biggest
is the
dick.
new podcast. Dick data.
Every once in a while they release dick data.
Every once in a while they drop new dick data, and it'll be like the biggest dick in the world is 15 inches or something like that, and you're like, you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. Though I saw one where they were like,
they don't know.
there's no way they know what the biggest dick in the
Why?
world is, because there's tons of dicks that have been
that haven't gone to the doctor
that are
yet.
in the fog
There's
of
probably
war. Yeah.
4.2 billion dicks in the world.
Yeah, right.
And there's no way you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You ever
It's not
see
like
this-
they're measuring babies and there's a certain amount of
Right.
expected growth or something.
It's like Stephen A. Smith's argument around the dunk contest.
Yeah, dude.
There's a lot of dunkers out there that are better than the best.
1,000%. Yeah.
There's some dude in fucking Sudan that's got he has a third sneaker on the tip, or at least wearing a sock.
Yes, and there's one particular I saw an article recently that was like over the past 600 years, dicks have decreased by 2%. I saw that. That was in an article, and it's like, dude,
good, huh? You saved that one.
What?
You saved that one.
No, it's just this is bullshit. First of all, you're not measuring all the dicks now. I know that. And second of all, there's no way you have any idea how big dicks were 600 years ago. There's no way. It's not possible. So you're making people not trust data when you start doing stuff like
no,
this.
they're not.
Yes.
It's just you're hard up on dick data.
Hard up.
No,
This is wild, dude.
Pun
I don't
intended.
think so.
All 4.2 inches of it.
No, it's upsetting to me.
I see that.
Yeah.
You
Well, I
need to
mean,
pump.
I would love to
Humans
see-
are the tallest they've ever been. Why aren't their dicks bigger than ever before?
I also love that
Tall dudes can have small dicks, and small dudes can have big dicks.
No, I know, but I'm talking
fossils
about
shrink. We don't know. Yeah?
True, dude.
The guy might have been fossilized it might have been cold outside.
True.
Well, I would love to see correlation because I would like to know how many geniuses have big dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because if I had to choose between a superior intellect and a micro penis, or vice versa, I'm like, give me the intellect. I'll take a tiny
I don't
dick.
know.
1,000%.
Without
My
even
mother always
question.
used to tell me it's being dumb is it's a trait. that
Ignorance
you-
is bliss. Yes,
Ignorance
Yeah,
is bliss.
sure, but
In the most ignorant way to say being dumb is a trait. That's why you use none of the words. That's where it started with your mom.
Anyway, I'm slack.
my mother always told me. You know,
Jesus Christ. You know what? You know what happened in that moment?
yeah.
Because I said this before on a podcast, and I was like, what she really told me was, I was young, and she was the first time I saw a mentally challenged kid. And she said, don't feel sorry for the person. The person's the happiest person he could ever be.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't ever feel sorry for them.
First time I ever saw a mentally challenged person up close, they beat the fuck out of a guy named Chad I grew up with.
Really?
There's a thing in Louisiana called Jimmy's Kids.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Pretty much nails it.
Yeah.
But
Some guy named Jimmy's like, what the fuck, dude?
All my kids are like this.
You pinning this all on me?
but they had a short bus. They had a short bus that would drive down the neighborhood in Chalmette, Louisiana. Would drive and drop off, Jimmy's kids.
Yeah.
Right. And one time, this kid Chad I grew up with, the bus stops on the corner, lets some Jimmy's kids off, and Chad starts mimicking a Jimmy's kid.
Oh,
right?
no.
And the bus driver, who himself is an adult Jimmy's kid,
What?
a Jimmy's man,
Really?
a James man.
Was there a producer being like, you let him drive?
He gets off.
It was Jimmy.
He
It
gets
was Jimmy himself.
Well, they got. I think they got. Yeah, he could drive. He drove.
Yeah.
But he got off the bus and.
Was he part Jimmy? Was he a James
No,
kid?
he was a James. He was a full. He was a full.
He was driving
James kid.
Yeah.
He's driving a Tesla bus.
He's just pulling your
Yeah,
car.
he was not a Johnny or a Jonathan. He was Jimmy. He was a Jim. He was a Jim. He was a Jim.
Jim.
Jim
Full
kid.
Jim. Yeah,
a
yeah.
Jim guy.
Yeah.
He got off and beat the shit out of
Oh,
this
the
kid,
driver
Chad,
did.
Yeah, got out, just fucking whooped him around.
That rules.
Because he was doing like a
mocking him.
doing that.
Yeah.
He just got out, and was like, "Hey!" and came out
Yeah.
and just smacked him around a few times.
Well, another happy
And that
characteristic
dude
of
was like,
Jimmy's kids.
he's not dip checking any butt cracks for his life.
Did Chad try to run or anything?
No, he's fucking because he didn't think it was gonna happen. None of us thought the dude was, and he fucking waylaid on him, and like it was like 4 or 5 smack arounds.
Yeah.
Just slapped the shit out of him and like held him. He basically spanked him if his face was
Dude.
if he had the sort of if he was the sort of Jimmy that thought one's face was also their ass.
Watching that happen.
Oh, it was-
Watching,
it was like, yeah,
watching
bro.
Chad
like, yeah,
get
bro.
spanked
That's what you get, dude. That's what you get. You get
by a
face
mentally
spanked.
challenged bus driver.
Yeah,
Dude.
bro.
You imagine?
Yeah. Pitch that. Well,
Yeah.
also,
Gotta
but-
move.
But I bet,
Gotta move.
But I swear to God,
Chad just sitting there the whole time being like, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way. Oh,
Yeah.
just
First
getting
hit,
grabbed.
Oh, that hurt. Second hit.
but the whole
okay.
time, I thought that bus driver just had a limp, but then I noticed, I'm like, oh no, he's got a fucking semi.
Yeah.
And his dong's that big. Not really, but
Oh, you got-
I'm just trying to say, he probably had a fucking.
Well, I've heard
Oh, I thought you were
from,
saying spanking Chad.
Yeah.
You got him all fired
He probably
up.
had a
Yeah.
salami.
from
he probably had a,
multiple teachers of special needs kids.
yeah.
They're all well off and they love like fucking and rubbing and jerking off on buses.
Really?
Yeah. Again, the happy thing.
A guy I went to high school with, his name was Kenny, had a massive, he had a cock. He used to he'd walk up behind you and put it in your back pocket.
Oh my god.
No.
It was that kind of shit.
way.
He could piss over his shoulder.
No.
It was insane. Like not like dick over his shoulder.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
He'd stand, he'd drop the shoulder, he'd start the stream. You'd see it just blast off this way, and then he could just like a fire hose, just get it over his shoulder for a few seconds, and then back around. He had a big fucking dick, and
I feel like I could do that.
try it, dude.
I think I've
tried it.
I got enough
I've-
velocity. I piss
Yeah.
fast. I piss
I've
hard.
seen my brother's
Yeah.
best friend growing up piss on top of a school bus.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have accidentally pissed in my own ear a few times trying this. You understand? But this is one of the most fucking ridiculous things I've ever seen. All right. I know what my own piss sounds like real well. All right. Sounds like an ocean.
yeah, it's
You know?
conch shell.
It sounds like, oh, look at that. Like my head becomes the conch shell. But this dude Kenny, there was a area in north of Slidell, Louisiana, where I went to high school, called Stennis. It was Stennis, Mississippi. It was a campground. We'd all go camping there.
Yeah.
Which meant just a bunch of fucking high school
Drinking.
kids getting hammered and passing out, and the 2 sleeping bags somebody brought. But basically, Kenny, you know what a pop tent is?
Yeah.
He stole a pop tent from his neighbor, right? And when he popped it up, it was like a Little Mermaid tent. It was fucking tiny.
Yeah.
So when he gets in there, he's like, he was the kind of guy who was like, fuck y'all. And he climbs in. Because we were making fun of him. Like, you're not going to fit in this fucking thing.
Yeah.
He climbs in there and he zips himself in. And while he's sleeping, I tied the zipper to the tent frame. Oh. So there was,
Fucked. Yeah.
But throughout, anyway.
He's burst out of a Little Mermaid tent.
So here's what happens. we get woken up like
Like a
hours,
Jimmy's kid.
dude. We get woken up hours later by the game warden, right?
Yeah.
Who's basically a cop, right?
Yeah.
Because we're trespassing.
Forest cop.
So he's waking us up and he's like, "What the hell are you doing? What the?" And I'm like, "Oh, sorry." He's waking us up. He goes, "Who's in the tent?" And we're like, "Oh, Kenny." And he's like, "Kenny," and Kenny's trying to fucking get out of the tent.
Yeah.
He can't because it's tied from the outside, and it's fucking funny. And then he just rips his way out of the top out of it. Burst out of it, but he's wearing just basketball shorts and like a t-shirt, and he's got a fucking morning wood. Here's how big his dick was. The cop pulled his gun
No.
because he saw him come out of the fucking tent with this erection through these shorts that for a second said, "Whoa!" Just pulled it. He didn't point the gun.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But it departed from the holster.
Yeah.
Because he saw Kenny with the dick. Whoa! Oh, okay. Okay. But for a minute was like, weapon! You know? That's how big this dude's fucking dick was.
Holy shit.
He almost got shot dead. just because, well, also because we locked him and tied him in a tent.
What an amazing police report.
Dude.
Well, sir,
Yeah.
Exactly.
he burst out. He burst out of a Little Mermaid tent, and I thought he
as a
was
rock.
armed. Yeah.
Listen, if I didn't take this guy down eventually, he'd have taken us all down with his
Yeah,
cock.
yeah.
With his cock. Like,
Yeah.
are you from Boston? We're in Mississippi.
He's dead and
That's
it's
a great
soft.
callback.
Yeah.
Hit the page.
Hit the page.